Fellas, over the weekend, we finally got it in animation glory of One Piece. The showdown between an emperor and a pirate with a bounty on his head. We saw Eustace Kid and his entire ship challenge red-haired Shanks and his crew. And, given the back and forth struggle in Wano with Big Mom and Kaido, I think the expectations was that we were going to see something that would lead to, a heavy conflict, multiple episodes. But that's not what we got. We didn't get multiple episodes. We didn't get the big boom continuation coming soon of something else. We got a very to the point fight. No need to wonder what happens next. They kind of wrapped it up nice and easy. Pretty much.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, remember the Luffy and them lost their first ship.
Yeah,
they got stolen though. Right?
They but they burnt the ship down. They burnt down the Going Merry. Like, it wasn't like it was destroyed by a enemy. Like, not like this. So
from shore.
From the shoreline at that. Guys. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
For me, let me go. When he used the Sharingan, the observation on it, because I thought Kid did it.
Yeah,
because I didn't follow. I'm not watching. I'm not reading. I'm not up to date on the manga guys. So it's just it's very hard to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Kid did it. I said, this is gonna be an amazing fight. Cause I was like, yo, I said, yo, when did Kid learn how to do this with his devil fruit power? And is it awakened?
It's awakened. Yeah.
That's his awakened devil fruit.
That's how you beat Big Mom.
Oh wow. And now I see him, and once I saw him do the Zoid, the Blitz, the Berserk Fury Zoid beam across the ships, I was like, this is amazing. But then Shanks saw, and the fact that he got Shanks moving let me know that, okay, Kid is no longer something to just ignore. If he got Shanks running at full speed to the point like, no, I gotta kill this dude today. That was a man. I love Kid, man, as a character. But I guess he overserved his purpose. He has no role anymore. So they got rid of homie.
Yeah, in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, he man, that's like dying to. That's like what Vegeta did to that Kui guy.
Oh yeah. Just look up with the smile and done.
Or who got done in terribly in Dragon Ball Z, man? Like,
pick any fight with Vegeta. Him versus Perfect Cell. Him
Nappa.
versus
Nappa. What he did to Nappa? Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, man.
Tim, what about you? What were your thoughts on seeing this brought to animation life?
I really enjoyed it, man. Whenever the red-haired pirates always get into something, you always know that yes, they're going to be the victors, but there's always a twist to it. Because to be honest, like, you still don't really understand the level of their powers. You really don't. Like, they've been introduced since the beginning, but we still know so little about them. I did like the part where they showed the observation hockey, where they showed the other scenario, where Kid obliterated Shanks' ships. But then it's the simple fact, like, even when Ben Beckman was smiling, like, oh, I guess he saw something bad. Okay. It was the simple fact that nobody was scared. Nobody.
Once I saw him light the cigarette with his boot, I said, yo, he's dead. That had so much more impact. And he looked up. I said, yeah, it's done.
It's just that level-headedness that's what I always really loved about his crew. Like, because all of them have a very level-headed demeanor. Even when they showed up, and because they were the ones who stopped the war at Marineford.
Right.
They showed up and it's like, all right. All right.
We've done enough for today. But see, I'm glad you brought that up, because my whole thing, especially once, I read it, obviously, I read the manga, but seeing it animated reminding, I'm like, yo, how are they going to write Shanks' crew in a way that makes sense? Because, You're telling me, and in honor of this episode, I did make a little compilation I'm going to play real quick after I'm done. But you think about it like this. I was like, okay, like Tim said, Shanks was introduced from the very first episodes of One Piece. We know he's been an emperor, things like that. And I'm watching, I'm like, bro, so you're telling me
he lost his arm.
He lost his arm. And he used to fight with Mihawk on the regular. Right?
All right,
The world's greatest.
one technicality, that pre-time skip with Luffy when Luffy was a child, we don't really know what his status was then. Because remember, it was Blackbeard who was the one who gave him the scar on his eye.
Okay, fair.
So, like, that part, like, yeah, it's plot armor, yes, it is. But it's just, we really don't know the level of where he was at that particular point in time.
Right, because what I bring up by comparison is like when they had the flashback in Wano, right, of like Roger's time, right, and you see like, bro, Roger's time was just like the time of the beast, pretty much. He's fighting Whitebeard. They're doing hockey punches that shake the continent. Here comes Odin. He's cutting up trees 10 miles away. I'm like, all right, this was just what it was. Like, it was just
Savage Lands. Savage Outworld, kid. He was an Outworld, dog.
Battle of the strongest survive type energy. But like when you look at Shanks, it's like, bro, so technically Shanks should be weaker by, you know, that aspect of like he never replaced arm or anything. He's one-armed emperor. And I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, his whole thing of like, you see him you see him again when he meets Whitebeard, his hockey's knocking people out on Whitebeard's ship, whatever. Like Tim said, he stops the war. I'm like, all these things kind of track for someone who's an emperor in my brain. But after the time skip, I'm like, fam, you saw the future and one-shotted kid who just beat Big Mom with the same attack. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't like he beat her. Yes, law helped. Yes, it kind of wore her down. But I'm like, fam, it wasn't you one-shotted him. One swing of the blade, you one-shotted him. And it got me into my mind. I'm like, bro, this is Shanks Norris. This is Chuck Norris in anime form. Because
and he's faster than Kizaru.
And he's faster than Kizaru, which brings me to my clip of like, fam, how does this work in this world? Because you're telling me like, and Kaido hinted at it when he's fighting Luffy. He was like, you know, in this world, hockey reigns supreme. And it's like, you know, okay, yeah, but Luffy has like the power of a god now, so maybe not. But I'm like, bro, I don't know.
No, hockey does, love. This is
the light, man.
That means Goku will fare very well. Fare very well.
悪いな。親子喧嘩の途中なんだ。
ほう、お前さん方。逆らおうってことでいいのかね。
それを奪うつもりなら死ぬ気で来い。
これが四皇シャンクスの覇気か。やめときやしょう。分かったよ。カイドウのなり損ないが。
Bro, I'm watching this man telepathically send his hockey from his ship.
I mean, like I said, bro, I'm very optimistic. I do feel like when we do reach like future battles, it's like, because first of all, remember, there's still multiple factions out there. You still got the Revolutionary Army, you got them, you got, you know, the Five Elders, you got Emu, you got the Blackbeard Pirates. Like, we're going to see a level of fighting that's I feel like it's gonna make things make sense. But then, you know, with Shanks' crew, you've always made them realize like they're the sensei archetype. They're not there for power. They're just there to pave the way for the next generation.
I will be with you, but they have the power. That's the part that keeps tripping me up. Like every time, like I'm with you on the whole, they're the sensei, they're ushering the new generation. But then every time Shanks draws his blade, it's over. Like it's like again, like how, with every anime like this, like, there is a form of power scaling, right? And to your point on the previous part, like I think One Piece does this power scaling better than most. But I'm like, where does Shanks, again, mind you, with his one arm, scale in comparison to some of these other characters? Of like, bro, if you're one shotting supernovas, if you're scaring admirals to put their weapons down because you flex your hockey, what is your fighting ability? And this is just you.
I mean, but to be honest, bro, like so much stuff has happened since the time skip that some of the ones that we consider threats are not really threats no more. Like, remember how you said the Lucy fight? It's like, yeah, bro, like I already knew he was not a threat anymore.
Mhm.
Oh, there go the time to reconnect him.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, all right, let me just hurry up. Yeah, it's
Okay.
just there's just certain things that is just not technically not really threats anymore. Like to be honest, it's like, yes, bro, we realized the admirals are like old news now. We just want Akainu to get his. That's basically it, because they introduced new people just to take the place of who they lost, and I don't really care for them no more. I don't really don't. And the supernovas, we see who the last man standing or couple. The emperors, we've shown that yes, we're on the same scale as them now. So it's kind of like, what scale are you really talking about? So it's just right now, it's just you're fighting cheat code characters with other cheat code characters. That's basically what it is to the end.
That's rank. Any final thoughts on what you've seen from the Shanks highlight reel? Do you echo Tim's points about it just like cheat code for cheat code at this point?
Yeah.
Didn't they didn't they recently say that the arc has begun, the final seasons of the arc? Didn't they release an official statement, or is that just the web talk?
It's the talk in the same way it's been the talk for the last couple of years of like he's literally like, I'm winding One Piece down for real.
Yeah,
that can mean anything.
That
can mean 5 years.
Incredible, man. That was incredible, man. The slash. I didn't want Kid to go out that way because I like Kid. I feel like he's one of my favorite pirate character designs. I like his power. I'm like, man, he's that's it.
Yeah, I'm like, when I see a character again, with Devil Fruits, you kind of like all right, Devil Fruits mixed with hockey, yada yada. I'm like, bro, you're telling me that Shanks, for all intents and purposes, is a regular human being who has hockey.
Yeah, I know. And even Rayleigh is. So
but that's what I'm saying. But even with Rayleigh, it's like, yeah, Rayleigh was able to deflect Kizaru. I'm like, bro, you not only did you deflect Kizaru, you beat him to the rock.
So yeah, that means you don't need a Devil Fruit power. I'm trying to understand, like, man,
you know what I'm saying?
Rogers didn't have one. That's when I knew it was. Listen,
that was a different time.
Yeah, that was a different time. But I mean, I kind of expected that power to be ridiculous, because once they told me that the number one Uchiha was defeated by a woodsman, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I could not believe, my mind could not process the two statues. I was like, yeah. You see that dude right there with the Super Saiyan 3 hair and the red eye? Yeah. Guess who defeated him? A man defeated him with wood. I said, wood?
He beat the fire style with kindling.
He beat the fire style with wood. I said, yo. I said, who is this man? Who is this man?
But wood nonetheless, Tim.
Who is this man?
But in the words of Kenpachi Zaraki, where's your imagination?
Man.
And that's how you got to take some of these things, bro. It's just, where's your imagination? Like, yes, there's good, significant buildup. I'll give it that. But it's just a simple fact. Like, yes, bro. Like, Kid did not stand a chance, bro.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Kid did not.
No, I knew he didn't. That's why I knew, like, why is Kid stuck? When I saw it on Twitter, I said, yo, why is he starting to fight this guy?
Like, even the buildup from when they were in the bar, when the people was telling them, like, hey, they're back. It's like they're just leaving the bar smiling. Because they already knew what the deal was. Like, yes, the fact that, Shanks has, and that's the thing about the Red Hat Pirates. They have their elite squad, But then you also realize they have just regular people on their crew too who just been recruited. Now, yes, those the ones who are kicking and screaming when Kid obliterated the ships, but I'm pretty sure his roster, like the guys who names they introduced, they were fine. And they would have probably still won the battle.
Yeah, I think in terms of like, you know, it just brings me more questions, and we'll wrap up. Like, I'm just like, what does the One Piece entail at this point, right? Because all science is be leading that, like, at some point everyone's paths will cross in efforts to obtain the One Piece. But I'm like, but does that mean a big old battle royale fight? Right? 'Cause I can't imagine the Straw Hats,
I don't
matching
necessarily
up
think so.
with the red hair.
I don't necessarily think Shanks is going to be like a competitor, I would say. Like, cause like I said, man, you got to really open up. Like, not everybody's there to really compete, because like how you said, like they would have just done it already. So like their role is to truly, like, you could tell that they truly believe in the future, because they understand that, you know, if a particular group just controls everything, that becomes generational tyranny. That's what Donzo was. Donzo is generational tyranny. He did not have faith in those under him. He did not. And he tried to rule everything down to the last bit. But then it's just, you have so many different factors. Like, to be honest, even in terms of the Revolutionary Army, they kind of still have the same type of concept, but just much more different means. They believe in the future. So I think everything is just paid for, like, you know, to believe in the future. And to be honest, we still don't even know what the One Piece is. That might be the most biggest gotcha ever.